My amplified unit, WrestleMania 37 is tonight, which means all systems go. Red team, go! Last night, WWE held their rehearsal and testing night for WrestleMania, and these are the latest images that BC was able to obtain from the stadium down in Tampa. You see the close-up of the stage. You also see that big ship that is always located within the stadium. WWE is utilizing that as well. You see the heavy pyro testing that was done last night. And then here you see the aerial shot of the full landscape. I can't tell from this shot. I really got to zoom in, which I haven't had a chance to do yet, if there is indeed cardboard cutouts or if there's going to be, and they just haven't placed them yet. But that's an idea that the Super Bowl came up with. We heard Vince might do. Here's a thing that Vince McMahon is stealing from the Super Bowl. Drones! How cool is this? Let me in a shit ton of drones high above the stadium. And the words move. Obviously, the drones come in and they put the words closer, and you see that let me in a whole different way. I just think that's so cool. And check this out, man. I can't tell if this is drones or just some cool lighting inside the actual stadium within the crowd. But it's Sasha Banks' glasses. But I'm pretty sure you can drone that, cue that up as well in drones. But that looks like it's inside the stadium. I can't tell, man. These are the latest images I was able to obtain about 15 minutes ago. So badass. And that brings me to a little bit of news before we start this go-home show edition of Smackdown for WrestleMania. Becky Lynch. I broke in yesterday's stream when I started the stream. 5 minutes before the stream started, I got word that Becky Lynch could be returning to WWE this weekend. And I broke that in the stream, and then an hour after the stream was finished, Becky Lynch sent out this over social media. Nothing is guaranteed here tonight, only now eternally. And if you take the first letter from every word, it says night one. So that is not just a huge tease. I mean, if she doesn't show up tonight, brah, that's more than a tease. That's telling you, night one, expect to see my mug on your TV set. She came right out. Night one. It absolutely could be a troll job. It wouldn't be the first time Becky's done something like this. Not to this magnitude. I mean, this is spelling out night one. But that was an hour after the stream ended, too, and word had broken out. So we'll see, man. Don't be that shocked. Have fun with it. Be surprised in a way, you know, that it's actually being done. But don't be too shocked. Your boy BC's got the scoop for you. How does she come back? I'm getting word that Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair is going to be the main event of night number one. That seems like a prime spot for Becky to get her hands into the cookie jar. Does Becky cost somebody the match? Does she come back as a heel? Does Bayley cost Sasha the match and Becky comes back as a hero? So does Bayley get involved in this? Does Becky come back involved in that main event match with Sasha and Bianca? Or is there just a ding-dong, hello, and maybe Becky Lynch is the guest? I don't know, man. You have a huge, this is indeed the case, Sasha and Bianca is in the main event, that's history being made. Never before have females one-on-one main evented WrestleMania. There was going to be that opportunity for Becky not long ago, but they added Charlotte Flair. So there's never been a one-on-one women's wrestling match main eventing WrestleMania. This would be the first one-on-one. So the magnitude of this match is huge on the Richter scale, huge enough for a Becky Lynch return. So we'll see if she actually shows up. Will it be during the match? Will it be post-match? Will she be the reason somebody loses the title or gains the title? Will she show up at all for the first time in months? At least we have some type of intrigue, a question mark we actually care about. So we'll see, man. Let's get the focus off of Becky's ass for a second and on to your boy BC, if you don't mind. There's my amplified unit. What's up, guys? Salute! Haven't even taken a sip of the Dunkin' yet. You coffee drinkers, you know that first sip is everything because you never know how these places are going to make your coffee. These coffee shops are entry-level positions, so you get a lot of kids that are in and out. It's like a revolving door. Most of these kids have never had a coffee a day in their life. So you like to be a fly on the wall during those interviews, right? So, Calvin, have you ever made a coffee before? No. Do you drink coffee? No. Do you know about coffee? No. Well, Calvin, it doesn't sound like you're too qualified for this position, but we really need people. So congratulations, Calvin, you're hired. That's how it is with these entry-level positions. So before you know it, I'm in a position that I was in yesterday where I literally ordered a vanilla latte and I got a frozen coffee. The fuck? That's a true story. But coffee drinkers know that this is something we go through all the time, man. Just a couple of days ago, I got a light and sweet, which is extra cream, extra sugar. And on the tag that I got back with my coffee said, black, 1 sugar. Regular, extra, extra, please, is what I said, which means extra cream, extra sugar. And I got black, 1 sugar. Where did I utter any of those words? Anyway, that's a side rant. We got to get back to Smackdown WrestleMania. All right, I get it. Right? Can BC not voice some of his coffee frustrations? Anyway, let's take the first sip before we start this together. Ready? All right. Not bad. Supposed to be extra sugar. I taste about maybe 2. I don't even think they touched 3. But they went lighter on the cream, so it balanced out. Anyway, guys, I gotta tell you, man, this SmackDown did nothing for enthusiasm or interest for WrestleMania, but I got one of the best lines ever in pro wrestling, and it came from fucking Edge describing Daniel Bryan. And he actually called him... Come on, bro. He called Daniel Bryan... an indie bookstore clerk troll. I'm gonna say that again. An indie bookstore clerk troll. What makes it hilarious is if you see Daniel, and I love Daniel Bryan, you guys know that. I love Daniel Bryan. Do I think he should be in this fucking main event? Absolutely not. I'm going on facts, too. I don't understand how people don't understand BC's positioning on this. There's people that think I have done lost it, which may have been a long time ago, by the way. But how are people not grasping that I'm going on facts? Facts! 2020 was mediocre at best for Daniel Bryan. He was on a losing streak so far in 2021. A couple of losses to Cesaro, a couple of losses to Roman. Those are just some high-profile ones. One week he was doing the Macarena with Gable and fucking Otis. This has been his 2021. No better than 2020. And the only reason that we can come up with that he's in this is he literally cried and bitches his way in. And there's fans that don't want to come to reality with it. So they look at BC and go, BC, you're nuts, man. You're nuts. You don't understand. Edge and Roman would have been trash. How the fuck do you know Edge and Roman, 2 consummate professional superstars, would have been badass? You don't know shit. Grab your Dorito bag, sit on your fucking mother's couch, and start getting your fucking hands all grubby. You don't know shit. You sit there behind your keyboard and you go, it would have been trash. Daniel Bryan makes this better. How do people not understand this? BC, you gotta wake up, man. You gotta understand. You gotta understand that Daniel Bryan's gonna make this better, BC. There's no realism. There's no factual evidence that shows that he should be in this match. There's a better storyline, BC. 7 years ago, he took Roman's spot. He didn't take Roman's spot. Should have been Punk's spot, first of all. It should have been Batista's spot. Batista was the one that won that Rumble. Bryan took that spot. Roman Reigns was still being groomed at that time. So you can't even tell that story. That's why, if you've noticed, they ain't even touching that story. Because it's not existent. Fans made that story up. 7 years ago, it should have been Roman's spot. Bullshit. People are dumbfounded by factual evidence these days. Everybody is consumed with the fake news aspect. Nobody wants factual evidence. So they like to point and go, BC's wrong. Oh, but I'm more right than you could ever imagine. I follow how people are booked, and then I see where they're at a given pay-per-view. You follow the trajectory of Daniel Bryan's booking the last couple of years since he has been back, and you tell me he's in this main event with the guy who won the Rumble, who gets that one-on-one match with Roman. But no, we have to muddy the waters. For what reasoning? Because some fucking nerds bitched online. Is that too truthful for you? Is BC the bad guy? Do you not like BC because I'm telling you something you don't want to hear? Good. Amp unit! Amp unit! Send the tear bucket around. We got some bitch boy Bradens that are crying those salty tears. I love it. I love it. When it comes to this community, you understand when you're watching BC Amplified. You are now watching, viewing, taking in the words of the smartest son of a bitch in the pro wrestling community. I don't care what podcaster you listen to other than BC. I don't care what other YouTuber, what journalist you follow. They all pale in comparison to the brilliance that I bring to this platform. You want the truth? I am too good for this platform because of the evidence, the factual truth that I deliver when everybody else just wants to live in a world of fandom. The Royal Rumble is rendered meaningless. Because of this decision, the Royal Rumble winner, it is pointless now because the lines can be muddied at any point in time on the road to WrestleMania. Every single Rumble now when we hear this is their ultimate shot to get a WrestleMania match, a championship match at Mania. Now we know, yeah, okay, but I mean, we have 3 months to get there, 2 pay-per-views. It's probably gonna be a fatal 4-way or a fucking mega 10-way by the time we get to Mania. It devalued the prestige of the Rumble. Don't try to tell me it didn't, you dumb fuck! Don't try to tell me it didn't, you dumb fuck! No, it didn't, BC. No, it didn't, BC. It's okay, BC. Daniel Bryan makes sense, BC. Don't tell me Daniel Bryan makes sense when the evidence shows it doesn't make sense. Fuck, pull your head out of your ass! For once! Stop being a fanboy! Stop sucking the dick of another podcaster or another YouTuber! Get off the balls of another creator! And use your fucking head! Is it going to be a good match? Of course! Edge and Roman, good match. You add Daniel Bryan, you add Cesaro, you add Shinsuke. I'm sure they're gonna entertain. I'm sure it'll be a good match. I might even put it into the good column when it comes to... I'm telling you right now, it could get an ugly for booking when we do the review tomorrow. Or Monday morning. It could absolutely get an ugly for the booking. But I'll separately, for the match, put a different tally into a column. But of course it could go into the good. But how the fuck you gonna tell me Edge and Roman wouldn't have been... WrestleMania is more than just a good match. It's about the build. It's about the dream aspect. It's about what superstars are colliding. I don't give a fuck if you like Daniel Bryan in this match. Get over yourself. Get over your fandom. Get over your ignorance. I don't care if I'm the bad guy in the community because I'm the only one dropping facts. He doesn't belong in the match. It literally doesn't make sense. Literally! Oh my fuck! I can't with some of the people in this community. I can't. They start believing their own shit. They literally have convinced themselves that this makes sense. We're getting a better match now. I can see great wrestling at the local bingo hall. WrestleMania is reserved for those epic confrontations like Edge versus Roman. Every single time Edge is talking about Roman and Roman is talking about Edge, I am on the edge of my... You can tell there's some real fucking just believability in it. And then it always has to lead right back to talking about Daniel Bryan. And it just muddies it and it's disinteresting at that point. This fucking indie bookstore clerk troll, as Edge calls him, mingles his way 7 years ago, it made sense. The Yes Movement was something amazing. 7 years later, nobody was talking about Daniel Bryan, but a pocket of fucking nerds online. It grew some steam. Some fucking YouTube was caught on and fucking wanted to jump aboard the bookstore clerk troll fucking machine. And before you know it, here we are. Royal Rumble winner has to fucking... The Royal Rumble winner doesn't even have to get beat here. But it makes sense, basically. It makes sense. Let me go get another bag of Doritos and some ho-hos, and I'll tell you, BC. I love how people try educating BC, right? Last fucking 2 months. BC, it makes sense for the following reasons. I've heard it all. And I don't even respond to stupidity. Never once will I ever. It's a level of stupidity I can't even fuck with. I can't even make it to that level of stupidity. Fuck! Fucking Edge, he literally called this dude an indie bookstore clerk troll. How funny, because when you look at Daniel Bryan, and he's got that goofy smile, he literally comes across as just the average everyday Joe Schmo, which is why a lot of people fucking need to have this guy and everything. He resembles me, ma. You put a pair of glasses on this dude and a pocket protector. You know, you put a little Barnes & Noble sticker on him or something, and this dude could be your cashier at the bookstore. And he called him a troll because he mingles his way, he bitches and complains his way into everything. And you can't even say these things anymore. Wrestling fans get pissed off. Nah, BC, he's not a troll. He didn't pitch his way in, BC. BC, he earned it, BC. Yes, by having a losing streak in 2021 and a mediocre 2020, he absolutely has earned his way in. We start this show in a time capsule. Close your eyes and picture it. It's 2014 and the Yes Movement is thriving. Except it's not 2014 and the Yes Movement is not thriving. But here's Bryan Danielson, middle of the ring, playing the same old played-out underdog story. My whole life I've been told no. I'm too small. I'm not a superstar. Blah, blah, blah. It's 2014 all over again in this promo. And even worse, half this segment was Bryan trying to get the Thunderdome to yes with him. It was so bad because half the virtual yahoos weren't even doing it. First of all, they would have to put their arms up in the air, which would equate to exercise to them. So, that wasn't going to happen. But half of them were not even doing the fucking yes chant. I'm pretty sure half of them thought they signed up for Pornhub Palooza. Hey man, where's the boobs? Even worse than that, even worse than half of them not even doing it, was the pathetic piped-in yes chants. It's so phony. You saw half the Thunderdome not doing it. You know there's no volume in the Thunderdome for the actual people. And these chants were just one monotone fucking range. Non-fucking stop. There's nobody in the crowd, bro. They're literally force-feeding a yes movement that is not there with intelligent fans like BC. And I like Daniel Bryan. I can't say that enough. If you follow this channel over the last 4 years and you hear me talk about Daniel Bryan, it's positively, for the most part, until this year. And you're going to tell me the yes movement is back? I'm not feeling it. I don't even, it doesn't even, bro, this is weird. I feel like we're in some alternate universe where people were like, Daniel Bryan has to win the Royal Rumble. And I was like, what? Where did this come from? The dude was in mediocrity in 20. He doesn't have to win shit. And then even after he lost, people were like, he has to be in the main event. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why does he have to be? Edge versus McIntyre would mean... People actually wanted Edge versus Drew. How lame would that have been? First of all, it makes zero sense. It's face versus face at that time. That makes zero sense. And then the story... What the fuck? Roman versus Edge. the story, the promos sitting in your lap. You have idiots in this community, pure schmucks, that were like, Edge should have chose McIntyre. Oh, that would have been a ball of fun. About as fun as a triple threat involving Daniel. So we have piped in yes chants. And this is all for Vince to get his little 20, 25,000 fans, whoever's in fucking Tampa tonight, to do the yes, right? They want that visual for Peacock! Peacock! Peacock Network! Peacock! 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 Paulie. Front row. So they want the yes, they want that visual. They're hoping that everyone yeses. Everyone, get out your fingers. Take them out of your fucking popcorn. Wipe them off, or just put, get your cheese fucking covered paws and just put them in the air. Vince doesn't give a fuck. He looks down at you anyway. You're the fucking, you're the simple schmucks that he wants to attract. The people that are like, Daniel Bryan needs to be in this match. Those are the ones Vince McMahon preys on. Vince McMahon loves those bitch boy Bradens. That's right. He does belong. See, he's in there. That's right. Daniel Bryan triple threat and you'll like it. You realize what started out as a potential dream match to so many, Edge, your Royal Rumble winner, and Roman Reigns, your Universal Champion, has somehow become all about Danielson? Daniel Bryan? It's all become about him. Just stop! Stop trying to justify this. Stop being an apologist for WWE's lackluster, careless, pathetic, destructive booking. Stop being an accomplice to Vince McMahon. Defending this company's actions is just making the entire company and industry worse than it already is. Stop that shit. Royal Rumbles need to be prestigious. When somebody wins, it might not be a written rule, it is a fucking known rule that they get a one-on-one title match. Stop. Stop that shit. The Royal Rumble needs to be prestigious. The title needs to be prestigious. Stop with all these multi-man schmazes. A championship should be held in a prestigious way. A champion versus a number one contender. Especially at WrestleMania, guys. Number one contender. It's WrestleMania. There's no way you should have multiple number one contenders because it devalues the words number one. Now there's a number one and number two. Or we have a tie for number one. Let's have everybody go for the title. You're devaluing the Rumble. You're devaluing the championship. But yet there's fans that can't get this through their dome piece. That's okay. They try to come up with some weird, delusional way of thinking to justify the way they feel. So they come up with weird shit like, Edge is looking old. Did you see Melty's report? It says Edge, and if you look at it, man, he's got some gray hairs and he's looking old. Yeah, that's it. He's looking old. That blow-up doll underneath your bed is looking old. Get rid of it, brah. Fuck out of here. So Daniel Bryan starts, and he got passionate and amplified in this. It was good to see. A year too late. Where was that in fucking 2020? Now he knows he's got to pull out all the stops a night before WrestleMania begins. And now all of a sudden we get this passionate Daniel Bryan. Even Sonya Deville later in the night. Check this out. Even Sonya Deville went up to Adam Pearce and she goes, to be honest, I think it should have been Roman and Edge one-on-one. And she walked away. Even WWE knows they fucked this up. So they have to put it in the story because they know so many fans are pissed at this because they know it's just wrong. And that's really cool. As much as there's the dipshits, the bitch boy Bradens, the unintelligent ones in the community, there's also a lot of smart wrestling fans that see right through the bullshit, that knew from the beginning that this is wrong. Most of us Daniel Bryan fans, by the way, but we saw how wrong this was from the jump. And WWE knows it, and they have to put it into the story. Sonya Deville literally said this is not right. So I'm sure we're going to get Edge and Roman one-on-one in the future, probably at SummerSlam. Because the whole story is going to be, he got screwed out of the match. But you know what? It's going to be too late by then. WrestleMania was the time to do it. But even WWE is backtracking. So that tells you right there, any fan that was like, no, obviously we're right, Daniel should be in this. Even WWE knows they fucked up. So you couldn't be more wrong. You're literally wrong every which way you turn. Sometimes you just got to take an L, brah. Sometimes this is one of those times you got to take an L. Daniel Bryan has no business being in this match. BC has spoken. I've done all my research. I got the facts lined up. And the conclusion is he has no business being in the match. This should have absolutely been one-on-one. That's just factual evidence that comes to that conclusion. That's not just BC's opinion. Factually, he shouldn't be in the match. So whoever thinks otherwise, that's your opinion. Cool. You got to take an L. It's just not, it's not happening. Then the circus comes to town, full throttle. The Street Profits come through the curtain, followed by Rude and Ziggler, who attack the Profits. Then Gable and Otis pop out of the curtain and join the fray. Then Dominic and Rey Mysterio waddle out from the curtain and start brawling. This reminded me of old school clown car shit from the circus. You guys remember, if you ever went to a circus, a little car would come rolling up, and 100 clowns would get out. Somehow 100 people were in this tiny car. One after the other kept popping out of the curtain, all these tag teams, and brawling for no fucking reason at all. It's a shmoz match. You're all going to be brawling in a minute anyway. What the fuck is the hurry? Everyone's popping out of the curtain like a fucking clown car. Nobody will ever take these titles seriously, or the tag teams, because they're always thrown together into a multi-man schmoz. This is not a mosh pit at a rock concert. These are tag titles. Start treating them as such. This leads to a multi-man 4-team tag title schmoz. Rude pins Gable. Rude and Ziggler retain. Moving on, because I don't want to spend another second on these schmoz matches. But it makes sense, BC, to have multiple people going for a title. It makes complete sense, BC. We don't need number one contenders. We need multiple contenders. You want to know what's helping kill pro wrestling? Vince McMahon and bitch boy Braden fans that don't know what they're talking about. Then we had an incredible pre-taped Big E Mania hype promo. He starts in the barber shop and he's talking about Apollo. And he's always talking about his roots and where he came from. And Big E's like, well, this is my home. This is where I come from, Tampa, Florida. And he starts going to all the places that pretty much groomed Big E to where he is, who he is today, and where he has gotten, what he has achieved. Tampa holds a special place. That's his home, and those are his stomping grounds. And he told Apollo, when you come to Tampa at WrestleMania, you're coming to where your IC title dreams die. This is the Big E that I've been advocating for months for. Over a year now. I said the New Day shit is starting to get stale. Big E's got an uber amount of potential. Take a risk on him, Vince. And he just wouldn't do it. He was trying to suck every penny out of the New Day that he possibly could from merchandise, t-shirts and whatnot. But even merchandise was dwindling down. Why not take a chance on Big E? He could make you even more money in the future. And you can always have him go back to the New Day in a few years. It'll be a fun little welcoming back. Finally, they pulled the trig, and this is the dude that I told you the same thing about Roman Reigns. If you just turn this guy heel, and for 5 years, Vince McMahon did not want to listen to BC, or a lot of us who were claiming he would be better as a heel. Guess what? He finally got turned as a heel. This is the best Roman Reigns we've ever seen. Big E, they finally pulled the trig. This is the best fucking Big E we have seen, and it's still early on in this new Big E inception. So a lot better is to come. The best is yet to come for Big E. That was a fucking awesome promo by Big E. I just wanted to give a shout out to that promo. It wasn't a big part of the night to many, but for BC, it meant everything. Hour number 1 ends with Tamina Snuka defeating Nia Jax. Does that not feel like WrestleMania season? Nia versus Tamina? You know Nia Jax. She injures most girls. I already gave away the fin, didn't I? Yeah, there's nothing to talk about. Tamina Snuka literally defeated Nia because I think Shayna Baszler came in and started beating up Tamina. And then every women's tag team just starts brawling. And I think it started back. So after the match, backstage, all of these females that are going to be in this multi-women match tonight at WrestleMania, another multi-person match, because of those bitch boy Bradens that are okay with more than one number one contender going for a title, those are the people that make it okay for Vince to keep doing this. So here's another example. All of these women battling backstage because we're going to have a shmoz match tonight at Mania. Several teams going for one set of championships. And does this brawl sound familiar? It should. 25 minutes earlier, we were seeing all the dudes brawling in a multi-man shmoz for one set of titles. He just repeated the same shit for the women. But that's acceptable in today's professional wrestling because it's acceptable for fans. We just saw this shit a half an hour earlier with the dudes. We're seeing it now with the fucking females, brah. Can't make it up. You're dissecting it too much, BC. You're too critical, man. You're overanalyzing, BC. You're the mean guy. You're a boogeyman. You're such a bad man, BC. You don't know the half of it, motherfucker. That's something you're gonna have to deal with. It comes with the territory. I bring the truth. I bring the facts. If you can't handle it, go watch a schmuck in the community. Go watch a bitch boy Braden. There's a ton of people covering pro wrestling, bro. Do you know how many content creators there are covering wrestling right now? One dumbass after the other. It's like an assembly line. They all have one thing in common. They're dumb as rocks. Hour number 2, an amazing Edge promo. Bro, he reiterated BC's words. The whole promo was basically what BC has been yelling for the last 2 months. I love it. Edge said, this is a quote, "You will put respect on my name." These are the exact words I uttered just within the last 2 weeks. I said when everybody was saying, "Oh, he's old, and Meltzy Boy's reporting, or lack thereof. And I said, is this what we're talking about now? We're hating on this guy so much that now we've gone to appearances. Now we're talking about appearances. This is how much this dude is. This dude is still one of the most captivating wrestlers on the planet. And there's a pocket of fans that want to hate so much that now we're talking about the guy's looks to try to get other people to think that he shouldn't be in the main event. He's too old. And I yelled out, top of the fucking stratosphere, "Put respect on this dude's name!" And I love how he said the same thing BC said. Put respect on my name. And he went over all the reasons again that Daniel Bryan factually should not be in this match. And then he took it a step further and he actually dissed the trolls as well. The people that think Bryan should be in the match, Edge took a fucking swap at them too. I love it. Edge, mad props, brah. Salute to my boy Edge. Adam Copeland, the rated R superstar. Edge is my boy, bro. And me and Edge, we gonna make him cry. We gonna make him cry from here on out. All the Edge haters, I'm gonna make it a point to make you fucking cry them salty tears. I wanna see that shit! Edge is probably pissing a ton of people off in that promo. Hey man, I like Daniel Bryan in the match. Is he talking about me? Yup. Check. That sounds about accurate. That's exactly who we're talking about. If you don't know right from wrong, Edge was talking about you. I love it. And then he calls Daniel Bryan an indie bookstore clerk troll. Bro, I lost it. It was a legit LOL moment. I couldn't regain I was like spitting up my coffee. That was like my 9th coffee of the night. I'm spitting my coffee. I couldn't get over that line, brah. He called him an indie bookstore clerk troll, which is, it's accurate for a lot of pro wrestling fans. It just is. How was that not the best, bro? That was awesome. That was great. Oh, bro, I love it. Stop. No, keep going. It was passionate, it was amplified, it was believable. Edge had it all in this straight fire promo. And above all else, he told no lies. No lies were detected here. Daniel Bryan has zero reason being in this match. A third wheel is an understatement. How these schmucks in the community back such a nonsensical decision is dumbfounding, but sadly, I've come to expect it from half of this community. Asking them to comprehend logic is the equivalent to winning Olympic gold to these idiots. Even Sonya Deville, as aforementioned, has more balls than Adam Pearce when she told Pearce, I think it should have been Roman and Edge one-on-one. Even WWE knows they fucked up. Leave it to today's bitch boy Braden fans to actually think Edge and Roman wouldn't have torn it up. But no, they needed someone that resembled and represented them. The regular, average, everyday, 9 to 5, minimum wage, paycheck to paycheck, Joe Six-Pack, or lack thereof. A triple threat is pathetic. And Edge put all of what BC has been screaming about, what Ric Flair used to say. Who's causing all of this? BC. And if you want to dig deeper, Edge. Edge is causing all of this with that straight fire promo. No lies detected. Blowing up the spot of Bryan. Blowing up the spot of the dipshit Dugenheimers. The bitch boy Bradens. The crybaby Karens. It was a thing of beauty. That promo was a thing of beauty. He shut everybody up in one 5-minute promo. Salut. Oh, we making him cry. We making him cry. You know we making him cry. oh, BC making him cry today, baby. I'm loving it. Next was Sami Zayn. He had a hilarious segment with Larry Paul. And Larry Paul had his brother Jack Paul. I get that correct? Yep, Jack Paul. And then back at ringside, Owens attacks Sami, but Sami is able to run away. So the segment with Sami and Jack and Larry Paul was in some boxing ring. And Sami's like, yeah, man, I'm going to spar with you. Hold on. And he goes to take off to get his equipment, and he accidentally locks himself out. And the bodyguard, tells him, dude, we're closed. And he's like, no, I know Larry and Jack. And the bodyguard's like, no, you got to leave. We're closed. And Sami's like, hey, what? So then they cut to a supposed, well, it wasn't live last night, but they're back at ringside, and Sami's there, and he's like, hey, this is fake news. This is edited. What you didn't see is we went out to lunch. We're all cool. Me and the Pauls are cool. And Owens comes out of nowhere and starts beating the shit out. I just think, guys, Sami Zayn has been immaculate as of late. This is some of Sami's best work. He started out as just a clown show, not too far from R-Truth. And that's why I was like, dude, this guy has too much talent to just be another R-Truth, a comedy act, and that's it. Now we're starting to see it represented a lot better. And if you can translate this into good storytelling, this could be something, man. Sami Zayn is onto something with this character. And I know a lot of you guys are feeling the same. So this was actually really funny, but at the same time, I'm thinking what it can do for Sami Zayn. This could finally be that one big push that he's been waiting for, that we've all been waiting for him since he's came here from NXT. Because we saw what he did in NXT. But, yeah, this is clearly being set up for Larry Paul to knock out Sami at Mania. You can see that Larry is going to kind of rub shoulders with Kevin Owens when it's all said and done. Is that tonight or tomorrow? Either one. Expect Larry Paul to do something to Sami. Main event, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Jey Uso and Nakamura are the final two. Uso eliminates Shinsuke. Okay. This was all just to have Roman come out to do They used the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal as just a way to bring out Roman for a promo. That's all this was. Jey Uso defeats Shinsuke? And even if Shinsuke won, is that any consolation prize? I probably still would have been just as fucking pissed. Shinsuke is reduced to a Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and even if you had him win, that's a slap in the face. You're good enough to win that. Now go back into irrelevancy. Hit the catering table. I heard they just brought a moose cake over. It's a slap in the face. So it doesn't matter who won this thing. It was pathetic. I was disengaged. This was stupid. Post-match, Roman Reigns comes out, and he cuts a good promo. Really good promo. On Daniel Bryan just shouldn't be in the match. Edge, there was like 60 seconds where he directed everything to Edge, and it was the most captivating part of the promo. That's what I mean. There's a different intensity when Edge starts talking about Roman and vice versa, and we never got to tap into it. We never got to, because the whole thing somehow became about fucking Daniel Bryan. I can't. I fucking can't with this company. That's what angers me the most, is that the company knows it. The company knows they fucked up. That's why they have to keep bringing it up. That's why they had to have Sonya say that in the storyline. That's why Daniel Bryan is receiving what he's receiving as far as backlash on this. Because people know this was a fuck up. And they just felt like they were into, they couldn't backtrack. You know, this is, if you just think shit through, this company wouldn't be in this position. And now everyone's having second thoughts about, oh, maybe it was a bad idea to put Bryan in. You think? You fucking think? Anybody I pissed off in this fucking video with my fucking factual views on this whole situation? Fuck off! I don't give a shit, dude. IBS internet bitch slap. Hit the bricks. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to fucking care about your fucking feelings and to coddle you. I'm here to fucking drop facts and truth about pro wrestling and get the fucking bitch boy Bradens the fuck out. Hit the bricks. IBS. Das Boot. Red team. Go! The boogeyman has the say. That's heard around the world. Mean guy, bad man, boogeyman, beastie has spoken. Can you handle it? Don't give a fuck. You done heard it. Those are the facts. How you obtain them? How you digest them? It's on you, bruh. It's on you, bruh. Anyway. Let's bring the mood down and lighten it up, huh? WrestleMania's tonight. We'll see. They made their bed. Now they gotta lie in it. I don't doubt that we're not going to see good matches. I wouldn't doubt that this ultimately goes into the good column ultimately in the good, the bad, and the ugly review tomorrow. I wouldn't doubt that a lot of tallies will be in the good. WrestleMania produces good wrestling matches, but it should be more than that. It has to be about those big storylines, those epic confrontations, dream matches, those epic moments. It has to be more than just good wrestling, because I can see that at the local bingo hall. We need more. Start holding this company accountable, guys. WrestleMania's tonight. We'll do the good, the bad, and the ugly review tomorrow, or maybe tonight. Who knows? Keep checking the channel. The tube's fucking up constantly, so I never know. You're never gonna know when the fucking video comes out till probably hours later. So stay subbed, but also afterwards, always keep checking, man. I go live without telling anybody 10 minutes before I do a countdown, and that's about it, man. So a lot of people are always upset that they miss live streams. You never know. You never know when I'm going to go live. You never know when I'm going to put out an impromptu. And unfortunately, the tube's not going to tell you half the time. The whole fucking system's broke. Your boy BC. Holla. Kick that ass today. Coffees and ass whoopings. Try to enjoy WrestleMania. We're going to see what they produce, and we'll talk about it within the next 24 hours. It's WrestleMania, man. Whether anybody's ready or not, it's here. Whether you care or not, it's here. Whether they're ready or not, the company is ready or not, doesn't matter. They made their bed. Now they got to lie in it. It's rock star time. Everybody's got to come up and show out. Check you.